which part hurts me the most? Is it the 9 to 5? Or is it the fact that I'm seeing and looking at my bank account, all what I suffered and sweat for just doing Hey lovelies, welcome to my channel. My name is Tracy. What's good? What's good? What's Gucci? Oh my god, I feel like I should be flogged because I haven't been on YouTube for a minute. Considering this is a job that I have, like the only job that I have, I should be here, don't you think? But sometimes laziness just gets the better of you. I'm not gonna come here and be like, oh, my head has been getting, I've just been lazy. Okay, so please forgive me. I should be flogged for sure, but please forgive me. Today's video is going to be yet another reaction. It is not the blue therapy one, so if you want to see what I did on the blue therapy, I will link it up so that you can actually see. This video is going to be a new one. It's something different. It is a TikTok video that I came across on Instagram. So I am not on TikTok, but I came across this video on Instagram. So I'm going to play it and so that we can watch it together, and then I will just dissect right into the video. I felt like I should react to this video because right on my channel here, what I do is preach and preach about doing what's best for you. I talk a lot about like relationships, different kinds of relationships. That's just what my channel sort of does. And when I saw this video, it spoke to me and I was like, let me come on here and dissect this video for my viewers, for my watchers, and let's just have fun with it. It's nothing deep. It's just, I'm just gonna get right into the video. Okay, so I'm gonna play the video now and I'm going to watch it so I can actually react.
Very traditional in a lot of ways, and in some ways we're really not. But Christina doesn't work outside of the home. So what I do is, I bring in the income, but once it hits the bank account, I'm hands off. She pays every single bill. She kind of does her thing at that point. So really, I don't give her allowance. She just kind of manages everything.
But he has full access to all the accounts. And yeah, I don't think you even know what the bills look like as far as the amounts and stuff.
Yeah, and we're really not, I mean, if she needs to spend something, she doesn't check with me.
And I don't need to hide anything from him.
And if I need something, she's the one that usually orders it on Amazon. But it really works well for us. Everybody's different, but that's the way kind of we do it.
Ciao! Ciao! Okay, I don't know why I'm excited. I think when it comes to things like this, just get me really excited. I'm not sure why exactly, but okay, so this is how I'm going to dissect the video. I will be starting with the two different roles based on my own understanding, and at the end of the video I will then explain to you which one I would rather be. So if that makes sense. So basically we all heard what the man said. Their different roles are in their marriage, and I will sort of explain what I think about those roles. And then after doing that, I will, at the end of the video, I'll now tell you which of the roles that I would prefer to be at from my own perspective. Okay? So we're just having fun. It's all fun and games. It's not that deep. Okay, let's just do it. So the husband in this scenario, he started off the video stating that the wife doesn't work outside of home. So basically what that means is she works at home, but she doesn't work outside of the house. And he made it very clear that there's only one income in the family. So there's only one person working to make sure that the family is financially stable. So this man is the income person. He goes to work. Let's just assume that he goes to work 9 to 5 and he comes back home and literally just catches up with his wife and tries to catch up with his kids as well. Is probably sometimes working in the weekends. It just kind of gave me a perception of like someone who works even overtime, because it's not easy being the only person bringing income to the family, especially in the 21st century. Like now these days, it is so difficult. Like I can only imagine just doing that on your own. Like you must be making a lot of money, or you must be working double shifts to make a lot of money to take care of a wife and kids. So it probably wasn't one kid, it was like kids. So yeah, so this man also stated that he doesn't look at the bills. Every finances are passed on to, like every billing and invoicing are passed on to his wife. So basically, you make the money, you don't have to think about paying for the monthly bill. All you know is you have control over this account, and then you check as the income is flowing, but you don't really like monitor it as much as you would. So think about it this way, like for example, you as an individual that is not married, imagine that you're working. Like for someone like me, like, you know, if I was working, I would also be looking into my bank account, because I'll be pissed off, because I have to see what's leaving my account, like for rent, for phone, internet. I just have to see that so I can see if I have enough, you know. But for this man, he doesn't need to check that, because that role has already been passed on to his wife. So yeah, so definitely his role is very frustrating, because, you know, he's not going to get a lot of time to spend with his kids and his family, because if he does not have time to even pay the bills, it, like, I don't know what he has time for. First of all, he also stated that he doesn't have time to shop. Like if he wanted to get something, he made an example of Amazon, that his wife would be the one to shop for him. So if I want to pick up from that statement, I would also assume that even his clothing and things like that, his wife probably loves to do the shopping, and so he doesn't even have to deal with those kinds of things. And yeah, so that's the man's role. So from what I'm getting workaholic, I'm getting loving, respectful husband, willing to take on this role, but at the same time extremely workaholic, and whenever it can make the time, it tries to make the time. That's just what I'm getting here. But I see that he also spends a little bit of quality time, but I'm sure he would want more. But because of like the division of role, of course we can't have it all. So it can't really have 50% of being with the children, even if that's what they would prefer. But that's the man's role. Onto the wife's role. It was stated that the wife works at home, but she doesn't work outside of home, and that indicates that she works in the house, like she takes care of the kids, which for me is a full-time job. That job is so hard that some people would rather just work than stay with kids in the house, to be honest. Only specific people can take on the role of being a mom, like caring for the kids at home, helping them with tutorials, catering to their hobbies, helping them with like painting, swim classes, these classes, that classes, craziness, playhouse. That's what she does. She takes her time, rather than having to pay for daycare or things like that. She is home, and they've decided that our role would be to stay home and take care of the kids, which is a job in itself. So yeah, so that's the job the man is referring to. If you didn't know, she's working, which is an actual legitimate job, and she's taking care of the kids. That's what I mean. Like when you take care of the kids, it's actually a job, because there is no sleeping hour. She's working 24 hours a day. She's not working 9 to 5. She's not working. The overtime is overtime of overtime of overtime. Cooking, making sure when it comes home there's food. They indicated. I'm strictly going with their indication. They are pretty traditional to an extent, but not too traditional. So for when you say you're traditional, the wife usually prepares the meal. That's what I'm thinking in my head. If you say you're traditional, then you're doing things the traditional way, which is our forefathers were were telling us that our mothers were cooking for them. So not now that if we don't come back and cook, if you don't come back and cook, you stay hungry. But when they said they were, so I'm just going with what they indicated that they were. Yeah. So basically, she cooks. Basically, she takes care of the family, and on top of that, our wife is monitoring the income that comes into their account. So then the husband makes the money, the wife puts it there, and to just put it into perspective for you, she literally, like, giving you an example, at the end of the month, she ensures that maybe their mortgage is paid. If there's a late payment, auntie is going to be thinking that she hasn't done a task properly. She has to make sure that she's paying the shore bill on time, the phone bill for the entire family on time. She has to make sure that she's shopping for grocery. Like, sis. So basically, I enjoy shopping to an extent, but she has to make sure that she's shopping for what her husband needs, because the husband, it doesn't look to me that that's his hobby. So, like, say for example, it lets her know, because I'm sure she's the one. So if you live in Canada, you know a lot of people do points. So I'm sure she's the one that has all the points card. He doesn't want to go out of his way to go and buy something and then they will lose points off it. So I think that's the reason why, like, whenever I want something, it lets her know, because, like, she might end up using the points to get something on Amazon and then getting more points for the family, for air miles and things like that. So that's kind of what I get. So she does the shopping for the husband, clothing shopping, things like that. She does it for the kids as well. She makes sure that she's meeting up with the deadlines of all the monthly bills that come out. And then after she pays for this, whatever is left, if she has to buy some goodies for herself, because I think the question was if he gave her allowance. That's how this whole video came up. Was someone asked if he gave her allowances, and it was trying to say that he doesn't need to, because she's basically the manager of the bank accounts, you know. So whatever is left, then the wifey, what if it's not enough? You know, there's no guarantee that it's going to be a lot, but it might be enough for her to get some goodies for herself for the hard work, or it might not even be enough, and then she has to be smart about it and prioritize that the phone bill is more important than a Chanel purse, for instance. So yeah, so that's just like clarifying their roles. Now, for me, what I loved about the video, what I would take home from that video, is the respect, the trust, and the understanding that both of them sort of showed me from that video. First of all, it would take a lot of trust to allow your partner or your wife to manage your bank accounts. Not everybody's like that. Let's be realistic. Not everybody's like that. So for me to see that still exist, for me, that was a blessing. And I was like, whoosh, couple goals. Simply because I felt energy of understanding, respect, and trust. And also something else that spoke to me was the respect, was that he didn't say she's a stay-at-home mom. He didn't say she's a housewife. He said she does not work outside of home. And I think that context matters. I think that the way people say things can change. So at the end of the day, even though what is said still means that she's a stay-at-home mom or she's a housewife, the fact is that he didn't actually use those terms, you know. He used something that sounded respectful. She doesn't work outside of home, meaning that you're not just suggesting that she just sits at home. You're suggesting like she works at home, meaning that she works because she's doing a job. It's not easy. Go and try it. Go and do it, man. Go have a child. That is a superwoman role. So I kind of like that respect, the way he worded it, and that just gives credit to some of these women that have kids and are staying home to take care of the kids, or some of these men that have kids and are staying home to take care of the kids. That just puts respect on that role, because sometimes it's often forgotten. So I kind of like the way he said it. Another thing again was the understanding. Like I said, I usually preach what is best for your relationship. There is no formula to a perfect relationship. There is no formula to ensuring that you're doing the right thing in terms of how you want to manage your finances as a married couple. There is no book that says there's a right way or there's a wrong way. I strongly believe that it's all about just a matter of understanding and working it together and looking for a template that works for you as a couple. And I think that they found something that works for them, and they're very much happy with that, and that is all that matters in the world, period. So here is my verdict. Here's what I think. When I first watched the video, I was like, what it would feel like to just stretch your legs and stay at home and not do nothing. But when I dissected it from an objective place, I started to say, I asked myself these various questions. So listen to the questions that I asked myself, and I want to welcome you to ask yourself these questions as well. So I said to myself, after listening to the video, my body was doing me like this. I was like, I want to be pampered like this. I want to take care of the bank account. I want to do this. I want to spend the money. When I took a deep breath, I dissected the roles. I said, what do I hate most? Which part hurts me the most? Is it the 9 to 5? Or is it the fact that I'm seeing and looking at my bank account, all what I suffered and sweat for just doing pew, 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 pew? So I guess the question of, would you rather be a spender or would you rather be a maker? It's just very confusing, because I used to think I would rather be a spender. But this is not just a situation of spender. So let me make it clear. In this couple scenario, there is no spender or maker. Why? Because they've equally shared the role, and one person is doing so much work in terms of managing their accounts and making sure that they don't have bad credits. The second person is making so much money, making sure that money comes into their family account so that their children can go to school. And we haven't even talked about like the trauma that comes with like just going to work and working and working and working, and also the trauma that comes with like just seeing money leave your account like this. So basically in a scenario where the wife had a nanny, she wasn't doing any much work at home. In fact, she was traveling around the world, but he didn't want her to work, or she didn't want to work. By all means, count me in. I will be a spender. But based on what this couple said, that's not the way it's working. The wife also plays a role, like a valid role, that has to do with a lot of work as well. So based on this case, I think I'd rather make the money, just because the migraine I usually get from looking at the money leaving my account like this, and I don't even have change to buy myself something. Ciao. I don't know. I'd rather not see the bank account. Let me just be putting the money in there. Let someone else be helping me and manage my heart attack. Let somebody just help me manage my heart attack. Help me pay the short bill, $120. Pay the hydro bill, $50. Pay the rent, this. Just someone should help me to just be removing it from my account, because honestly, that thing gives somebody trauma. I'm not interested. So, and also again, like honestly, to a level, the migraine, the screen time of looking online to shop every minute. Do you know what it is for you? Someone else to do the shopping for you for life. Ciao. Someone else that knows, that loves it. I used to think I love to shop, but if you gave me the role to do it for the rest of my life, I don't think I would accept it. But I love to do it because I think for now it's a choice. But if it had to be a job, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. So I'm just in my head just saying, that woman's job looks good, but it looks like a lot of work. So I think in this scenario, I don't also like to work. I don't like to make money too. Like I want to spend. So my preferred scenario would be for me not to do anything and spend, and he would do the, and while my husband would make the money. That's my idea. That's my ideal scenario. But since that's not what we're talking about, Tracy, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about two hardworking people here. Okay? Tracy, come back to topic. Since it's this case, then I'll just go to work. Come back. Let somebody cook for me. Let somebody shop for me. Let somebody do all the payments so that my heart will, I won't have high blood pressure. You know what causes high blood pressure? It's not working, no. It's when the money is leaving your account. That's what causes high blood pressure. So I think you sit down around it. I know it's really hilarious, but honestly, sit down as well and think about these two tasks, and think about which one would you rather be. So I'm posing a question to all my subscribers. Would you rather be a spender or a maker in this scenario of these two couples? Not generally, in this particular scenario. Okay, so please leave it down in the comment section. Let's chat away. I just wanted to come on here and just, talk about this topic. It was so interesting to me, and I think what really made me want to talk about it was the fact that I was also shocked at which one I would rather be. And I think it's because of I dissected both of them, and I was like, child, I don't know, I think this one is better. But on a normal day, on first glance, I probably would have gone with the wife. But when I looked at it better, and I was like, no, I think making it is better in this scenario, just because of the different things that the wife has to do in this scenario. Yeah, please don't forget to subscribe. We're almost there. We're doing it. We're killing it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. Let's talk about this spender versus maker. Okay, let's do it. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much. Ciao.